We're live. Let's go. Welcome. Welcome, family. Back to, I want to call this part two of the fucking Mets discussion. You know, back in the 60s, Casey Stengel was the Mets' first manager. Old Casey Stengel, the old professor. And he called them the amazing Mets. I call them the fucking Mets. All right, that's what we call them. Professor Paw's family. Here we go. So I didn't want to mean to sound so gloom and doom yesterday about the Mets' failure to, I don't know, look more proactive in free agency. I think they're setting the stage, and I want to, as a non-Met fan, express how I think they're the most interesting team right now, seeing as how they have the wealthiest owner in the sport. Seems like they have some money to spend, and they want to go in a new direction. They broke up their nucleus, losing Pete Alonso, Edwin Diaz, and Brandon Nimmo, and they're going in a new direction. So I think they're really interesting to talk about. So what is that new direction now that they've kind of cleared the table? I want to say, sorry, the new direction might involve Luis Robert, however you know him as, the Chicago White Sox center fielder. Now, the White Sox had an opportunity to trade Luis Robert last year, but didn't get a sweet enough deal. So what is going to happen is looking like they re-upped him for $20 million next year. They picked up his option, and he's kind of, his status with them is questionable. So it looks like the White Sox in rebuilding mode are looking for prospects. The Mets might be in discussion to trade some prospects for Luis Robert and fill the Brandon Nimmo hole. I'd kind of like the idea of replacing kind of an aging Brandon Nimmo with maybe more potential, more power potential, and just maybe a change of scenery would help with Luis Robert playing left field or center field more likely, because the Mets really don't have a center fielder at the moment. It looks like that Benji guy, who has not played in the major leagues yet, is slotted to be their top center fielder as of today, December 12th. So maybe we'll get Luis Robert in there or trade Benji for Robert. That could be an opportunity for the Mets to improve there. Another thing I was looking at, and the other player I want to talk about today, as far as a free agent target, is Pete Fairbanks. If you look at Pete Fairbanks' numbers last year, he was Tampa Bay's closer, and upon closer inspection, you know, he's got good stuff. He pitched 60 innings, had, how many saves are we looking at? 27 saves last year. His whip was 1.044. Fielding independent pitching, 3.63. To go along with the 2.83 ERA. I don't really look at ERA as heavily as FIP, because I think fielding independent pitching is a better measure. By any measure, Pete Fairbanks might be the replacement for Edwin Diaz. So maybe the Mets, in the process of retooling, are trying to create a different culture, just pick up a new hand of cards and be competitive in the National League East this year. So as far as possible targets, possible replacements, Luis Robert, I know he got hurt last August, but he is definitely a viable replacement. He hit 14 homers, and he had 33 steals last year. He was on my fantasy team, one of them, and he was leading the league in steals for the better half of the first half of the season. He hit only 223 last year, but you know, he's got potential. He's got potential to break out, and a change of scenery might do him good. So, thanks for watching. Peace be with you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.